Is this this isn't going to be like a YouTube thing, right? Is this just a podcast?
I mean,
Yeah, we have been everything we've done so far has been YouTube.
yeah,
It's a supplemental.
I could tell you that I haven't slept in days, but I don't want to give you the pleasure. I can tell you aren't even slightly
and welcome to Revive the Scene with E and J. My name is Ernesto.
My name is James.
And we want to thank you all for listening, downloading the show, and don't forget to follow us in all the social media outlets. Share us with all your friends and keep on listening to all the episodes, and thank you for your support. If you would like to be part of the show, if you would like to be on the Music Monthly playlist, send us an email at revivethesceneshow@gmail.com. And without further ado, we'd like to present you, as you can see, Nite Sobs. How's it going, guys?
Hey,
I do. I know it's kind of weird. You guys are part of like the first brief session show where we're doing this all online. So thank you for being here. Separated over here. Awesome, guys. Awesome. So little introductions. I guess we have three members. That we have Jeff, Mark, and Ralph here. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So what does everybody do? I guess we start with Jeff.
I sing and play guitar.
Awesome.
Don't sound so excited, Jeff.
Oh, yeah, that's just my voice. Sorry. This is your first time hearing me speak. I apologize.
Nah, you're kind of right. No, we actually played a show together. Yeah, we actually played a show together on South, but that's what we was with the other band, I think, with Capitalist Kids.
Right.
So Mark, what do we got on the band?
I play bass.
Awesome, man.
The band, you can tell.
And Ralphie.
And I'm Ralph, and I play drums and sing backups.
Awesome, man. Well, it's definitely good to have you guys here. So I guess first I gotta start with congratulations on the new album. The new album name, Do This Up. Really good. Excellent music, really well put together and recorded and perform. I mean, you guys did a really masterful job. Not only making it sound good, like it's super sound really professional, but all the nicks and knacks, all the like, what's it called? The little keys over here, the little sounds over there. I mean, how do like the writing of it was done? Because I mean, clearly it's just the three of you guys, but there's so much involved into it. Like, how did all that came about? How did ideas come out?
As far as like production, yeah, we did, try to get a few different sounds on there. Like Mark plays a trumpet on one of the songs, which he wasn't really like super practiced on, but like dusted it off so we could just get a little different texture on one of those. And a couple different people played like keyboards and synthesizers and stuff. And we brought in a session like harmonica player for the one song, the song that's on the music video. Obviously you've heard that one. So yeah, we tried get some little bells and whistles on there, but I mean, as far as the songwriting, yeah, just basically like, I don't know, what was the question again?
Yeah. So I just pretty much wanted to know, like how do you guys as a band like get the song together? Because it's very well, like the songs are very well written. And you can hear that there's not just like the three parts, the guitar, the bass, and the drums, but there's also more to it. They all came together really good.
I mean, I write the songs and bring them to the band, and then, everyone adds their own sort of contributions to it, and we work out harmonies together, which is really the funnest thing about this particular band for me is like, I'm like, okay, here's a song I came up with, but like, how do we make it cooler than this, and like, sometimes Ralphie can like point out something, you could do this on guitar or, that type of thing. Or I think we're pretty collaborative with like, how should this be structured? We kind of consider everything as a group. And so, yeah, it's a fun collaborative process. And I guess just we all are kind of on the same team and are just good at like, being on the same page and just, I don't know, I guess we just work well together. So however it comes out, I mean, thank you for your kind words about the album, by the way. I didn't get to interrupt you on that, but yeah, I guess we're pretty satisfied with the way it came out at the end of the day.
Awesome, man. No, it's actually really good because like one thing that I noticed is that you guys all play different instruments in all different bands in other places. So it's kind of like, like I see Ralphie, like you play guitar in another band, and I know that you play bass in another band. So like it's very interesting that you see that you all put all your, like, I guess, knowledge of all the instruments together and to make it out really good, and it sounds really good. So this is congrats to y'all.
I was talking to a friend of mine about this the other day, that this is the only band I've been in where all three of the members are like songwriters in their own right. I mean, I'm the least of the songwriters, I guess, but I definitely like write music, and I've been the like primary singer and songwriter and guitar player in other bands. And of course, Sketchy Trench, Ralphie's in Sketchy Trench, and it, which is badass. And like
it is a really good band.
I've never been in there's not too many bands like that I know of, where like everybody is kind of coming from that sort of like perspective, which is interesting because you might think that we would butt heads on stuff because it's Jeff's sort of like he's writing all the songs, but I definitely not the case.
Yeah, no, I find it like
really good songs.
I find it kind of a relief, actually, just because with Sketchy, I'm kind of responsible for putting a lot of it together. It's nice to just come in and just do whatever Jeff's song needs. It kind of takes a lot of, I don't know, just responsibility off me, so I can just kind of enjoy playing the songs or whatever.
Oh, that's good.
I bet you guys write songs really quickly too, because this is like a power team. Is that right? Or
well, Jeff, I think, has been writing these songs for a while now, right, Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, to varying degrees. Like some of the ones that when we first started, some of the songs I had lying around for a while, and then some of them are more like, okay, let me try to write songs knowing like what this band actually is, which I still don't think I know what it is. So the songs are still a little bit maybe all over the place, but that's just the way I write. But trying to like have a certain lens to focus it through of like, what is this Nite Sobs thing? And but I think to your question, once we get together in the room, then yeah, they come together really quickly, and everyone is like just kind of, I think, gets it. And like I said, we seem to just be like on the same page, and it's really smooth and fun.
Yeah, and actually, I think that's the beauty of it. That like you don't know, like you don't have a label for it, and like you don't know exactly what it is. Because like if you hear the album from top to bottom, like you kind of think that you're going somewhere, and then the next song comes down, and it's like, whoa, no, this is like totally different. Now I have keys in here, and then like you said, like now I have a trumpet. It's like, whoa, wait a minute, like what happened with the double hit on the snare? It's like, so yeah, it was very good to listen to, and I think that reflects on it. So I guess how hard it was to slow down, because I know you guys play in bands that they play really fast and really, I mean. I know with the other bands, it's a nice, good old punk fast song. So how hard was it to like slow down?
I mean, I have to give Ralphie most of the credit for being like able to keep good time, and because I definitely, you're right. Like I absolutely have I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, like a tendency to like play everything too fast. In my other band, Capless Kids, like we rush everything, and it's just kind of like our sound, so it just works because that's what people expect for it. But like it was kind of deliberate with this band that it's like it still should be like as peppy as possible. It's not about like it being slow, but it's about trying to not like rush it and just let it have like a bit of a swing to it. It's it's supposed to be something you could kind of just tap your toe to or whatever. And thankfully, Ralphie's a total pro and is able to like play to a metronome or a click track. So we actually worked out like tempos of where do we think this song should be, like exactly beats per minute. And then when we get in the studio, we have those numbers as a guiding point. And sometimes we're not right, about the tempo we should use. That's a process, but yeah, I think, I don't know what the average person, I don't know if I think since we are all coming from like the pop punk world, I think a lot of people are going to listen to it and be like, oh, it's so slow. But I like to think that the average person on the street would listen to it and be like, no, it's pretty upbeat, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked your guitar tone. I want to talk about, if we have enough time, I'd like to talk about your gear, and because I mean, there's no, for me, like, I'm kind of too scared to play without distortion. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
But I noticed you have just like a really tasty guitar tone going on. If we have time, maybe we could do like a little bit of a gear rundown. Because
Go for it right now.
Well, the only thing I'll say is that I probably am not going to have a really satisfying answer to that because I'm not super into gear. Like I agree with you. The tone is really cool on the album, but I think the engineer would know better than I'd like exactly how he accomplished that. Like,
oh, for real?
I played my own guitar, which is just a Dan Electro.
I don't want to put you on the spot, man. I just definitely want to give you credit, you know, for the.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was I was really happy with the guitar tone, but it's achieved through like miking like 3 different amps. And then the way that the engineer does that and the mics he uses, I don't know. And then the way that the guy that does the mixing, how he treats it, I don't really, you know, have any say. Well, not that I don't have any say, but, you know, I don't have any, you know, input on that either. So I'm not the best person to answer, but I agree it's a good guitar tone.
Right?
Yeah, it is. It sounds good. Like, because I mean, because even if you don't do the whole, you know, 3 amps on stage, I mean, the times that I'd heard you are like shows playing. I mean, you can still hear the same notes. I mean, you can still hear the tunes on it. So yeah, I mean, a lot of props to you for finding that style and that you know, clean version of you.
Yeah, I just I have a Spark like boost pedal, and I have that little Fender like 10-watt amp that I just have to crank up all the way, and then I just use the boost to get a little bit extra tone and gain in it. So it's just like a slightly dirtier, clean sound, you know, because you still want that chime and, you know, to hear all the high strings and everything.
Cool.
But
Talking about your live rig?
Say again?
Yeah. Are you talking about your live rig, Jeff?
Yeah.
You have a Vox, not a Fender.
Right. Yeah. I knew I was blanking on that. I started this off with a disclaimer that I'm not a gear person.
Teamwork.
And I'm not at my own house. I was like looking like, oh God, if I was in my living room, I could just look at the amp, but instead
look at it. Oh, that's cool. And one of the things about the drums is like you minimize the drums, but you did a lot with it. And I really find that very refreshing because it's not like you're doing the whole like 20,000 cymbals and anything like that. I mean, you literally have a snare, a floor tom, and you're good to go. And you did a lot of it, man. That's really good. It's really refreshing to see.
Well, thanks, man. The drums, I thought the sound of the drums was really cool. And that's definitely an opportunity for us to shout out Evan and Fifth Street, because I walked in with some gear that I had intended to use. And then I kind of just sat down at the house set for like 2 seconds and was blown away by the way it sounded. And then before he even started mixing or tweaking or anything, just the rough takes, he had everything super dialed in, and he's had like badass mics and just knows what he's doing in there. So it made it really easy to make the drums sound cool. And then also, Jeff, what was the name of the drummer that recorded on the demos?
Jansen.
Okay, so a dude named Jansen should get a lot of credit too for just the fill choices and shit that's on the album, because they had recorded a bunch of demos and I thought they were almost perfect as they were. So a lot of what you hear me doing in there is kind of just my version of what was being done on the demos, with the exception of the new songs, obviously.
And then I have to say that even there's a deeper layer to that, because a guy named Tron was our original drummer, and we had recorded a couple of little like just phone recordings in the practice space of him playing, which was what Jansen was basing some of his stuff on. Because Jansen's not even really a drummer. He played drums on these demos for us as a favor so that we could find a real drummer. And it was kind of funny when Ralphie auditioned. He was playing so minimally that Mark and I were kind of like, oh, we should have told you beforehand that like we're not really married to these demos. Like, you don't have to reproduce this exactly. This is just the songs, and Ralphie was like, I like the way he played. So I think
Oh,
it
right.
ended up being
That's
like,
rare.
I think Ralphie just is really tasteful with his like fills and everything. Like everything to me is pitch perfect, where like, you know, he definitely is not just playing what was on the demos, and a lot of the songs weren't even on those demos. We've written new songs since then. So,
and coming back to my previous thing, talking about us being songwriters, I think, you know, if I was going to say a hallmark of what makes this band successful is that we all play a good song, or try to, you know, like we're not none of us are showboats. I couldn't actually showboat if I wanted to. But,
either.
Yeah.
You know, like we want to play to the song. You know, it's not about us looking like badasses. You know, we want to make sure that whatever we do serves the song. And I think that Ralphie definitely, you know, he puts his own spin on things, and it's subtle sometimes, almost always, because that's what it needs. You know, the song needs.
Yeah, nice. It sounds great.
And that's just total professionalism, I think.
Oh, thank you.
That sounds good. But, all right, guys. So we're doing this, like I said, like brief sessions. So we're gonna keep it very minimal, because eventually we want to go back and do a full-on interview, and then we can like catch up and tell the stories and something like that. But I just wanted to say, how can anybody can find you? Because I know you'll have a Bandcamp, and what else?
Just the normal like social media. We're like at Nite Sobs on Instagram, and we have a Facebook under Nite Sobs as well. I think that's about it. And you can get our album from us or from Beefcake Records, or you can stream it on any of the streaming services.
Is Beefcake your label?
No, it's a husband and wife, Rudy and Libby, that just started it up. So this is our album is their debut, and I think their next one will be Sketchy Trench.
Awesome.
They're based out of Dallas?
Correct.
So now, are you going to be going through, because I know that we're in the middle of a pandemic right now, but I noticed on the website that you said that you're going to come out with some vinyl in May. And I mean, are you still planning on doing, I realize this is an awkward time right now, but are you guys still planning on it?
Believe it or not, yeah, I was surprised. I just sort of assumed that, you know, vinyl production was not going to be an essential business. So those people weren't going to be like going to work and making vinyl, and therefore it was going to be pushed back till who knows when.
Right.
But just the other day got a message from the label that like the test pressings have shown up. So for whatever reason, it's still on track. So
that's cool.
Hopefully the quarantines will be lifted if this starts to blow over, and we can like get back to booking like our record release shows and stuff. But yeah, for now we have digital and we have CDs. I just can't mail any more CDs. I mailed out a bunch like the first, right when they came out, and then I immediately had to just have a cutoff point and start emailing people and be like, hey, I can't send you this. I can't leave the house to mail you this for a month. Sorry. So yeah.
Well, anyways,
so I just have a couple more questions, really. Who here is not wearing pants? Come on, be honest. I'm actually wearing pants this time.
Yeah, I'm fully dressed.
Oddly enough, I am. Got me on a good day.
There you go.
You wear pants?
No.
You put on pants just for this, so I bet you.
We're professionals. I thought you knew this.
Cool.
So are we good?
Yeah, I guess we're good, man. Anyways, thanks again, guys, for showing up and spending a little bit of time with us. I really appreciate it, and we'll definitely in the future be calling y'all to when this whole thing is over. We want to do a whole thon because we definitely would like to showcase you guys a little more.
Yeah, I want to check you out at your jam spot. We can get some full on do like an E&J video version of you guys. It'd be a lot of fun, like live, in action and all that. I love doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely got to be after the social distancing thing, because we're going to be about 3 millimeters from each other.
Well,
I know. Who knows what's going to happen? It's going to change how everything works. It's weird when I'm on. I just make it brief, but you see commercials or stuff like that, and you see crowds of people, and you're like, oh, I get a little shook up. I'm like, well, you can't do that. You can't do that. You know what I mean? This is a weird time.
Yeah, it's pretty surreal.
For real is very, yes, excellent description.
All right, guys. Well, thank you all.
You guys
for
are awesome.
appreciate it.
Thank
you.
Awesome,
Yeah,
man.
thanks,
And
guys.
we'll definitely call you back. And just everybody listening, just make sure that you follow them on Bandcamp at Nite Sobs. Check out the new album, Do the Sub, and definitely go to YouTube and check out their video, which is God, I can't wait to get you guys back on the show so we can like talk about the videos and everything like that. Because your video, I could tell you, it's really good. It's really awesome. So thank you all so much. Appreciate it, guys. You guys stay safe, and we'll talk to you all soon.
Next
All right.
time, bring
Thanks,
your
guys.
Take care.
instruments.